With NHL teams in Boston and New York, hockey in Hartford was often a struggle. And then after the 96-97 season, the Whalers left for Carolina. But with trouble in Atlanta and Phoenix, Hartford hopes to join Winnipeg and Quebec as cities in the hunt to get the NHL back.
It's going to be an emotional day here at the Civic Center Coliseum with the Hartford Whalers playing their final game here.
That day was probably one of the toughest days in my life.
Oh, it's a very emotional day. It's just been a great run.
Hartford is a special place. It's a small community that everybody knows each other. Howard Baldwin and all the people that play there made this their home.
We embraced the community. Players did, management did, and ownership did. And it sustained us.
When the Whalers were in town, it really gave the city of Hartford something to rally around.
The players felt that the people cared about their family and what they were doing personally.
While the professional franchise endures as the Carolina Hurricanes, the idea of the Whalers in Hartford lives on, thanks to an unforgettable name.
The Hartford Whalers are the Green Bay of hockey.
An iconic logo.
Well, the Whalers emblem is the best logo ever.
And a catchy tune.
He scores!
We were the first one to ever have some song like that.
I said, you got to play it because it's something different, and I think the people will like it.
We used to have it on a little tape recorder, and we'd play it in our locker rooms before we go out on the ice.
It's our song, and I don't care where you go. You hear da 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 da. Everybody knows whose song that is.
The song's really playing, and I'm really in the NHL, and it was fun. It was great.
We still see the Whaler hats and the shirts now coming out, stronger than ever.
We have grossed more money selling Hartford Whalers apparel than all the NFL clothing and Red Sox and Yankees and Mets combined.
35 years after he first brought a team to Hartford, the Whalers' original owner Howard Baldwin has returned to manage the city's minor league squad, which he rebranded as the Connecticut Whale. A homecoming the organization celebrated with an outdoor hockey festival.
When Howard put his name to this outdoor game, he could have called anybody that played there, and nobody would say no to Howard. And I think that says a lot about the man.
One of the most heartwarming things for us is the fact that, people will stop you on the street. They're so glad to see the Whaler brand back. It meant so much to the community.
Going to the games now being called the Connecticut Whale versus the Hartford Wolfpack is a completely different situation and scenario to, how the fans have responded.
First part of the journey is the Whaler brand and restoring that to what it once was. Then you've got issues with the building. We've got issues with the television, and you have to put people in the seats. And then when you create a market like it used to be, then maybe some members of the NHL will sit up and take notice and say, hey, what about Hartford again?
I think it's probably going to be a difficult thing, but nothing's ever impossible.
That's not going to happen overnight. We got a lot of hard work ahead of us.
He made it happen one time, and I believe he'll make it happen again.
Da, 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 da,
I love that song. I burned like 2 of those records. I used to have that record.
All right, so if there's a city that's going to get a team, what's it going to be?
Well, the next team in the NHL, the next city will be Winnipeg. There's no question about it. Whether it's Phoenix, whether it's Atlanta, they will have a team, I'm guessing, within the next 2 seasons, Jeremy. The deal is pretty much set up there. They've got the MTS Center. It's already seats over 15,000. Relatively new. They need to add some seats to it. Eventually they will. But Winnipeg will get their season, or a team back there eventually.
Well, I think the fans could really appreciate it up there. That happened in Minnesota when they took the team out and they brought it back. The fans really came back and supported it. I think it would do the same up in there in Winnipeg. They have the building to support it. I think the overall economy is better, but I'll tell you what, the people in Quebec will be really mad that you said that because they're building a new arena out there in Quebec, and that was just
There's
a story.
No guarantee if you build it.
Such a storied team the Quebec Nordiques were. It'd be interesting to see where they go. But I think you're right with Winnipeg.